Hello, welcome to day 2 of the 12 days of Christmas workouts. I'm Coach Jeff, and I'm going to be doing shoulders and presses today. All right, so we're going to have some fun. We'll start with the warm up here. And I'm just going to do some shoulder cars first. I'm going to do these on my knees, but you can do these standing if you prefer. Now, a little bit of posterior pelvic tilt just to keep my body nice and upright. Make sure I'm not going into too much of an anterior tilt here. I'm going to start palms facing forward, just like this. And I'm going to start with my right arm. We're going to go a little bit across the body, up, bicep alongside the ear here. We're going to sweep down and behind as we go through internal rotation. Oh yeah, feels good on the shoulder. Until we come all the way down alongside the body, and then back behind with that rotation as deeply as we can get without letting it bend us forward here. And then from that position, we're going to do a little external rotation as we sweep all the way back up and around, bicep alongside the ear, coming down. Good. We'll do the same thing on the other side here. So we're going to sweep left arm now, cross the body, up, bicep alongside the ear, internal rotation as we sweep down and behind. Hand comes alongside the body facing behind us, and then we raise that arm as deeply as we can into that nice high position. From there, we're going through our external rotation as we sweep back up and around, bicep alongside the ear, and then coming back down. All right, we're going to do one more of those on each side of the body here. We're going to sweep right arm again, up, bicep alongside the ear, a little bit faster this time, but take as much time as you need to go through your full rotation here. Make sure that it feels good. If you notice any parts where your rotation is sticking or the shoulder blade is jumping a little bit, spend a little more time going kind of back and forth across those areas. Now, you shouldn't feel any pain, especially sharp pain, while doing that. So if you do, just ease off those positions, and if you can't eliminate the pain from the movement, then I wouldn't do the movement until you can see what's going on with your shoulder. Here we go. All right. Both shoulders now. We're going to come down for some scap push-ups here. So I'm going to be in a full push-up position. If you want to modify this, you can do it from the knees to make it a little bit easier. Up to you, whatever feels doable for you. But for the added challenge, we're going to be in a full push-up position. And what we're doing is we're just coming through the full range of motion for our scapula. So I'm letting myself sink through the shoulders. Shoulders are staying high, and they're trying to squeeze across the back of my spine here. Good. Getting into that lowest position it will allow me to with just the scap. And then pressing back out of it. Protracting, retracting, protracting, retracting. Good. You want your hands in line relatively with your shoulders here, so there's not too much weight going into an extreme position for the shoulder. And you can do, as many of these as you're able, or set a timer for yourself. For an added challenge, you could try to do a scap car in this position, where you're going through elevation, retraction, depression, protraction, and reversing that. Oh yeah. There we go. We love it. All right. We're going to do now swimmer hovers. I just want to give myself enough space for this. And this is going to be similar to the full shoulder car that we were doing, but now we're going to do it in a little bit more difficult position. And then I think our shoulders will feel pretty good. We'll be ready to get into some weighted stuff here. So I'm going to lay down. Hope you have a pad for your head. This is a good one for a pad. Arms are alongside my head here. Try not to blow you out. All right. Pinky side is down on the ground. Thumb side is up towards the air. If you can get your head in contact with the ground, that's best. All right. And from here, We're going to do one arm at a time first, and then both arms at the same time. Hopefully getting space here for that. We'll go first into flexion for the shoulder. Now you want to get your hand as high as you can off the ground, but not let yourself rotate open in order to do it. Staying here, getting that high point in your shoulder flexion, and from here, we're going to do that sweep again. Now it's going to feel a lot more difficult in this position than it did in the standing or kneeling position, and that's okay. Going through that rotation, and now coming down alongside the body and back up into your highest shoulder extension here. Good. Going through your external rotation as you come all the way back up, trying to keep as much height as you can without rotating the T-spine open, and coming back down. Same thing on the other side. Now we can see if I've got enough room on this side. Highest shoulder flexion you can get. Going through your internal rotation, and try not to let the T-spine rotate here too. Try to stay square to the ground. Doesn't have to be perfect. Do your best. Coming back into that high point there, and then going through that nice external rotation all the way back up and around. Good. All right, now both at the same time. One thing to mention, if you start to feel a little bit too much tension in your low back, just make sure that you've got a little bit of posterior pelvic tilt, pressing your pelvis into the ground, tailbone's rotating down towards the floor. That's going to protect your low back, especially in this double arm variation. There we go. Both arms at the same time. Find that high point. Added challenge, you can hold for a moment, maybe even give yourself a countdown, and then both arms sweeping, big swimmers over here, going through your internal rotation. Good. Coming down. Now back up as high as you can get in that position. Breathing all the while, starting to sweep up. Try to do this nice, slow, and controlled as you go through your external rotation. All the way around. And down. Oh yeah. Woo! That's the stuff. That's the ticket. We love it. All right, let's have a little fun. We're going to get into some weighted movement here. I've got 3 exercises for you today. You only need a couple of kettlebells. You could probably get away with this with just one, but if you have 2, especially 2 that are the same weight, that would be fantastic. Up to you though, you can do this with just 1 bell. But so grab your bell, grab a couple of them if you have them. You can do a few different weights. But we're going to do 3 exercises, 2 of them are weighted. First exercise I'm going to do is the tripod press. This is a nice one. You can even use this for a warm-up with a lower weight, but the 16 kilogram is going to be, it's going to feel good. You can do it for reps. All right, so now you're going to be coming down into your tripod with this hand. So I'm going to set up first in a half kneeling stance, and I'm going to clean my bell up. I turn around so you guys can actually see here. All right, so I'm going to clean my bell up to my rack position here. Smack my mic. Why not? Okay. So now what we're going to be doing is coming down with this hand, so we have 3 points in contact with the ground. I'm going to open up my hips for this. Nice wide stance here in our tripod position. And then I'm going to sweep this hand down and press up. So we've got, and then come all the way out, so you have a bit of a triangle here. And I'll show you from a few different angles so you can see it. And then we're hinging back into the hips, sliding the hand back up, all the way there. Nice. All right, next one. We're going to press as we hinge down. So we've got a little bit of help from the hips there on the way down. And then we're going to unload out into the full tripod position here. Good. Coming back, hinging into the hips, sweeping the hand up, coming into your full press, and back to rack position. We're going to do a few reps of this here. So hinge as you press, coming out with the hand, feeling that nice point of balance here. And make sure that you've got a little bit of your external rotation here in the shoulder, so you can see my chest and my palm are facing the same direction. That's ideal here. Back up, and keep going. Hinge, and down. Let's do a couple more here. Keep in mind, this is shoulder and press day, so we're going to get a lot of these in. And you'll have plenty of time to make your shoulders absolutely hate you here. But hopefully they feel great afterwards. All right, I'm going to switch sides here at 8. Bringing it down. And now I'll give it to you in this position so you can see a little bit different angle on the press here. Now I'm going to start again just cleaning up to my rack position, stepping open, nice open position for my hips here, and then let's do it. Yeah, that's right, buddy. He's cheering us on. He says, go, go, press it. Coming out into my full tripod position here, and then hinging back, bringing it back down to my rack. If you can't do it in that position because your hips are too tight, you can always come a little bit more in like that. That's going to make it a little bit easier as you come down here. And I'm not really putting weight into this hand until I'm out in my full position there. Good. Do 8 reps again here. Yeah. Presses on a winter day. Let's go. 12 days of Christmas workouts. Day 2. Join us for all of them. We're going to have fun. There'll be some mobility days in there as well, so get a little bit of rest, don't you worry. We're not going to overdo it for you. Of course, I've been talking and lost count. Feel like this is 6. You could tell me if I did one too many or one too few. Good. All right. And bring it down. Okay. First exercise, golden. Tripod press. Hope you enjoyed that one. We're going to do a little unweighted exercise here next. I'm just going to take a little bit of rest. And then we're going to do elbow plank to dolphin. It's a nice little transition, weighting the shoulders at every angle as you get your hips up in the air. So you want to be able to do a nice elbow plank for this one. Ooh, yeah. Here we go. Now, if you're doing heavier weight, more rest, but if you're doing lightweight, you can do some tighter rest periods here. Give yourself a little bit more of a cardiovascular challenge. Up to you. All right, here we go. Let's do it. We'll get nice and close, real friendly with the mic. Okay. First, find a nice elbow plank position. Ooh, right on the rocks. Added challenge. Do it on a bed of nails, Here we go. Now, I'm just walking my feet as I'm raising my hips and weighting my body into the shoulders. Getting up as high as you can based on your hamstrings and hips. And then, nice, slow and controlled, walking yourself back out. You can do this for time, or you can just do for reps. And you can hold at your end range, holding your plank for added challenge. Good. You got this. Shoulders might start to feel a little bit spicy. Don't let it get too painful. Really shouldn't be painful, just challenge. And there we go. We're going to do 4 reps for that. We're going to do another round of these in just a moment. But first, we're going to do the big one. We've got a double kettlebell racked push press. We'll do this standing. Do a Z press sitting. Added challenge, but maybe another day. Give yourself at least another 30 seconds of rest here. I want to get up close to that 45 to 60 second rest period. And of course, during your rest, you can always do a little stretching that feels good, a little mobility that feels good. My shoulders are starting to say, hey, we're awake. Thank you. And if you do need modifications for some of these, if you have shoulder issues, shoulder injuries, hit us up, DM us, let us know what's going on. If we'd definitely be happy to help you with any modifications. based on what's going on with your shoulders. But if you can do the basic movement, more power to you. And you know, give yourself a challenge. If you're going to do one of these workouts again after the 12 days, maybe try with a little bit more weight, fewer reps. All right. Now, I'm going to do the 216s. Find the weight that works best for you. We're going to go for 8 reps for these. Higher reps give you a little bit more cardiovascular challenge and tell you that you could probably do a little more weight for fewer reps. So, but we're going to do 8. That's a nice rep range for today, I think, for everybody. Okay, so double kettlebell rack push press here. So I'm going to clean, rack, and I'm going to press at the same time. This does have a little dip in it, so let's do it. Get your kettlebells ready. I'll show you a couple keys on the first rep, and then we'll do the next 7 altogether, okay? Now, for your hinge here, it's kind of like a deadlift. You want your bells right between your feet here for your double rack. Clean to rack here. I'm going to try not to smack the microphone on my way up. So hinge back, push through your feet first, get the bell up, and then twist for your clean here. If you don't know how to clean, let me know. DM us, and we can teach you that. We have videos on it. Should be nice and smooth. Shouldn't be smacking yourself on the way up there. All right. We got our double rack kettlebell position, and let's do our push presses. Here we go. You'll notice at the top here, my palms are facing in towards my head. You want that. You don't want to be wide open. You want to have a little bit of external rotation here. All right, back to the rack and press. 8 reps, guys. Here we go. Bring it back to the rack. And press. Yeah. And you can see on the way down, I'm giving myself a little bit of a lean here just to help get it down without the weight going too far forward. Yeah. Woo. Oh yeah. Last one. Woo. Ah. Feel like Super Saiyan now. All right. Give yourself a little rest, and then go back and do it all again. I'm going to do one more round of these 3 exercises today. So I'll give you a video you can follow along for the 2 rounds here. We're going to move through it a little bit faster this time, a little bit less explanation, but I can probably talk if I try. So, tripod press again, and we'll go through the whole gamut. Give yourself at least another 30 seconds of rest. Make sure that you have the energy for the next round. Enjoy the view. All right, here we go. Okay. A little bit different angle here again for your tripod press. Ready? If you're feeling gassed, you can always do fewer reps this round too. Up to you. All right. Nice wide stance. And go. Oh. Oh. Ooh. See, I tried to press a little bit more before I hinged that time, and it was harder. Try to get your hinge and press together. There we go. One more. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it. I like it. Here we go. Other side. Same thing. Let's see. What's a better angle here? Yeah, we'll give you this angle this time. Like that. Full side on. Here we go. Okay. This is it. Now you can see the hinge a little bit better. Okay. Here we go. Open up, and let's do it. Hinge and press. Yeah. Get that palm in line with your chest. Same direction. You got this. We're almost there. One more. Let's do it. Oh, yeah. There we go. That feels good. Love it. You want some more of it? Give yourself a little rest here, but we are going into the unweighted one next, so your rest period can be a little bit tighter if you want this time. Take some nice deep breaths. Breathe in through my nose, out through my mouth. Expel a little extra carbon dioxide here. Now, if you're having fun with these, make sure subscribe, like, all the stuff. Hit the little notification bell if you're on YouTube so you see when we go live or when we post new videos. And if you have more questions, like I said, DM us or find us on Instagram. It'll be linked in the video. All right, here we go. Elbow plank. To dog. We'll do 4 reps again. Take your time. Nice controlled walk. You don't want this to be flat. You don't want this to be flat. This should feel in control. Abdominals engaged, but not pushed. Breathing. Expansive hips. One more. Hold it at the end for an added challenge. You're doing it. You're almost there. Day 2 of 12 days of Christmas workouts. Almost complete. You can do it. One more round of push press. I'm here. I'm with you. We're struggling together. Give yourself enough rest here that you feel ready for it. Worst case scenario, you got to rest in the middle, but ideally we can get through the full 8 reps without resting between any of them here. Okay. I'll give you a little bit of an angle this time on it, just so you can see it that way too. Okay. Ready? Let's do it. Set up. Your initial setup is similar to a deadlift. You want your hips back here because you want to be able to lift with your hips and legs for the initial part of this. I don't really use my arms until I'm closer to the top here. It is a press the ground away to create momentum to lift the bells to get into your rack position. There we go. Nice and smooth. Nothing smacked against my arms. All right. You got this. 8 reps. Let's do it. Push press. Oh yeah. This last one's a challenge. Let's do it. Oh, I'm feeling it. Hell yeah. Thank you. Thank you for joining us for day 2 here of the 12 days Christmas workouts. Thank you for your hard work. I appreciate you. I'm feeling it. I hope you feel good too. Now, tomorrow, we got another fun one coming up for you. So stick around, make sure you're subscribed. We'll see you there.